Okay, it's go time. Good evening, everyone. My name is Bill Coburn. I'm the Director of Education of the York Region District School Board. Welcome and thank you for attending. It is my pleasure to chair the meeting until the election of a board chair is completed, and now call the inaugural meeting of the York Region District School Board to order. As is customary at the York Region District School Board, we will begin with a land acknowledgement to honor those whose land the York Region District School Board is located. We affirm that we are all treaty people and acknowledge that the York Region District School Board is located on the lands of two treaties. These treaties have been signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the First Nations of the William Treaties, who are the Mississaugas of Alderville, Curve Lake, Hiawatha, Scugog Island, and the Chippewas of Beausoleil, Rama, and Georgina Island, who is our closest neighbor and partner in education. To honor this agreement, we will take up our responsibility to be respectful of their traditions, knowledge, and inherent rights as sovereign nations. We will respect their relationship with these lands and recognize that our connection to this land is through the continued relationship with these First Nations, and we acknowledge our shared responsibility to respect and care for the land and waters for future generations. Please stand as we welcome students from Huron Heights Secondary School under the direction of music teacher Arlene Charters. The group joining us this evening from Huron is called Say Jazz. Please be seated. Thank you. What an incredible performance. Without objection, the agenda shall be adopted as presented. Is there objection? I would now ask any trustee who has a direct personal interest or direct or indirect pecuniary interest or in any matter being discussed at the meeting tonight to now state their conflict and nature thereof. Thank you. Is there no declaration of conflict of interest? We can move on. It is my pleasure to now invite our student trustees, Hayden Lai, Jason Lin, and Natalia Pitawanakwat, to deliver the invocation.
Good evening, Director, trustees, staff, students, and members of the public. Thank you for joining us at the York Region District School Board's inaugural board meeting for the 2025 to 2026 school year. As we gather for this inaugural board meeting, we are reminded that beginning holds both reflection and possibility. Beginnings are more than just celebrations. They are opportunities to refocus our purpose and renew our commitment to the students we serve. This year, we have seen firsthand how quickly the needs of our student communities can evolve, and how essential it is that the student voice remains at the center of every decision made at this table. We understand that each student brings a unique story, and as student trustees, ensuring these voices are heard and uplifted remains at the heart of our work. This year, we have been grateful to connect with students through York Region President's Council, General Assemblies, and through ongoing engagement on our social platforms. In fact, we have seen an unprecedented numbers of students attending our General Assemblies, an all-time high that speaks to the growing power of student voice and the emerging leadership across YRDSB. This remarkable turnout reminds us that students are eager to participate, to influence change, and to take an active role in shaping their educational experience. As we move forward into the remainder of our term, we are committed to continuing these conversations, gathering student concerns, and translating them into tangible improvements, ensuring that the student voice remains a driving force in the decision made at this table.
This evening also marks the 1/3 point of our student trustee term, a milestone that reminds us how much can be accomplished in a short time when student voice is truly valued. For both Natalia and I, we return to this board office as re-elected student trustees with new perspectives and learnings from our previous term. While the learning curve may have initially been steep in our first term, we were ready with skills and training to hit the road running this year. I remember entering this board office in the summer after grade 10, feeling so overwhelmed, but now I feel comfortable and at home in this board office, and I know Natalia and Jason feel the same. For that, we have to thank the Board of Trustees, the director, and staff for always making us feel welcome at the board office. You are the backbone of our education system, allowing our students to thrive. As this meeting marks a new beginning for this board office, we are excited to have Jason join us and continue developing our work. During the past 4 months, we have had the privilege of bringing student perspectives to board and committee meetings on issues that matter deeply to students, and also at the provincial level at the Ontario Student Trustees Association conferences. We continue to be relentless in our efforts from bolstering student leadership, mental health, and well-being, and remaining as accessible as possible to the 130,137 students of the board.
At the beginning of this new board year, we will continue to work together with students, staff, trustees, and community members so that every decision made by this board is based upon the actualities and aspirations of the students we are here to serve. Working together, we will create learning environments where each student will feel valued, supported, and empowered. It is an honor to have the opportunity in the role of the Indigenous Student Trustee for an additional term. I endeavor to resource my collective experience from my first term and apply these new experiences to the work ahead alongside Hayden, Jason, and our board staff. We continue to build on planning and engaging to meet the needs of York Region students and elevate opportunities. It is meaningful as the Indigenous Student Trustee to contribute my cultural knowledge within content to heighten awareness and understanding towards our strategic planning for the York Region District School Board. As we move forward in the second half of the current term, the students will again be the driving force behind our actions. The students across York Region have demonstrated what it means to lead by being willing to take part, to tell us about their own experiences, and to help set a course for the development of their own schools. It is a privilege to be able to have this opportunity to do the work within the York Region District School Board, and I look forward to the unfolding of our schedule and anticipation of an even more productive year. We thank you for your ongoing support, guidance, and commitment to students as we aspire to meet the demand of our work for the coming term. Miigwech, and thank you.
Thank you, Hayden, Jason, and Natalia, for your thoughtful remarks, but more importantly, your incredible leadership. Your leadership and your representation of student voice from the classroom to the boardroom is exemplary, and you are model examples of student leadership in action. I had the opportunity on Friday to see our 3 student trustees lead our President's Council group through a number of activities. So thank you for your excellent leadership. As required in section 501 4 of the York Region District School Board operational bylaw, all trustees are required to sign the Trustee Code of Conduct acknowledgement and undertaking each year at the inaugural meeting. Trustees not physically present will sign and return the forms electronically. Forms have been distributed for trustees to read and sign. Trustees should now sign the form provided, and a staff member from Trustee Services will collect after your official signature. We'll pause for autographs. Now I'll introduce our scrutineer. I would like to introduce Audrey Ballard, although many of you saw her working the room momentarily, Manager of Trustee Services here at the York Region District School Board, and Parliamentarian Justin Papineau. Welcome, Audrey and Justin and the staff team supporting this evening. Thank you very much. I would like to welcome Chloe Lester, the board's Senior Human Rights Advisor, who's here with us this evening, who will be assisting with the verification of ballots. And I would like to welcome Ki Woon Hong, Manager of Assurance and Accounting from PDO Canada, who will be acting as a scrutineer for the voting this evening. Welcome and thank you for joining us, sir. Thank you for being available to oversee this important process for us here this evening. I would also like to acknowledge our senior team members who are here this evening, and all of our senior team members available are here this evening, and appreciate everyone's attendance and support of this process. Thank you very much for joining us. I'll provide an overview of the voting and election procedures, so bear with me, this part's a little bit dry. Before we proceed to the election of board chair, we will review in detail voting and election procedures with trustees as outlined in Article 4.04 of the board's operational bylaw. Nominations must be made and seconded. All elections shall be by secret ballot. All ballots shall be counted in the presence of the scrutineer supplied by the board's auditing firm, by the Senior Human Rights Advisor, and the Manager of Trustee Services. A majority of those present and voting shall elect all positions. In the event that a number of candidates is equal to or fewer than the number of positions to be elected, the chair shall declare the candidates elected by acclamation. No ballot vote shall be held for any acclaimed candidates. During balloting, if no majority is received by any of the candidates, the candidate with the fewest votes shall be dropped from the ballot for future rounds of balloting. In the case of a tie vote to elect, the candidate shall draw lots to determine which candidate is elected. I shall announce the result of the ballot for chair, but neither the count nor the order. Thereafter, the chair of the board shall in like manner announce results of succeeding elections. Upon the conclusion of the meeting and subject to the passing of a motion to destroy all ballots, the Senior Human Rights and Advisor and Manager of Trustee Services, in the presence of the scrutineer, shall destroy all ballots. Since there are members entitled to vote participating in this meeting electronically, all voting by ballot shall be conducted by the anonymous and secure Canadian election platform, Election Buddy, administered by our parliamentarian. This system is easy to use, anonymous, and secure. Voting will be conducted for the positions of board chair, board vice chair, finance and property standing committee chair, learning, equity, and well-being standing committee chair, policy and bylaw standing committee chair, 2 Ontario Public School Boards Association voting delegates as required. As is the custom of the board, the nominators for each candidate will have an opportunity to address the board prior to voting, but after nominations have closed. If balloting is required, trustees will get an email with their personal and secure ballots. When it is time to vote, trustees may complete their ballots on their electronic devices. The voting period will be open until all of those present have voted. Then the polls will be closed and the results will be shared per the format provided in the bylaw. Thank you for your indulgence in reviewing the voting procedures that were about to take place tonight. We now move on to the election of the board chair. Each nomination requires a seconder, but no vote. I now call for nominations for the positions of board chair of the York Region District School Board. Trustee Mahmood. We have an audio, Trustee Mahmood, there's an audio interference.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, thank you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I would like to propose the name of Ron Lin for the position of chair for the board for next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Mahmood. Is there a seconder for this nomination?
Yeah, Cindy Liang will second the nomination. Thank you.
Trustee Liang, thank you. Are there any further nominations for board chair? Thank you, trustees. As there are no further nominations, without objection, nominations shall be closed. There's one nomination for the position of board chair. In accordance with Article 4.04.04 of the York Region District School Board bylaw, since the number of candidates is equal to or fewer than the number of positions to be elected, the chair declares that Trustee Lin is elected by acclamation to the position of board chair. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Director. As outlined in the election procedures reviewed by the Director at the beginning of the meeting, the following agenda item is election of the Board Vice Chair. Each nomination requires a seconder but no vote. Once nominations have been closed, each nominator will be given an opportunity to address the board if the election is contested. Nominations are now open for the position of Vice Chair of the York Region District School Board. Trustee Wright.
I would like to nominate Trustee Pamela McCarthy.
Thank you, Trustee Wright. Is there a seconder for the nomination? Trustee Cohen.
Yes, I would like to second that nomination. Thank you.
Trustee, are there any other nomination? Thank you, trustees. As there are no further nomination, without objection, nomination shall be closed. We have one nomination for the position of vice chair. In accordance with Article 40404 of the York Region District School Board bylaw, since the number of candidates is equal to or fewer than the number of positions to be elected, the chair declares that Trustee McCarthy is elected by acclamation to the position of board vice chairs. Congratulations. Please come take your seat at the front. Moving along, election of the Finance and Property Standing Committee Chair. Nominations are now open for the position of Finance and Property Standing Committee Chair of the York Region District School Board. Trustee Michael Chen.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to nominate Trustee Robert Klosowski to be the Chair of the Finance and Property. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Chen. Is there a seconder for the nomination?
Trustee Liang will second it.
Thank you, Trustee Liang. Any other nomination? Thank you. Trustees, as there are no further nominations, without objection, nomination shall be closed. We have one nomination for the position of Finance and Property Standing Committee Chair. In accordance with Article 40404 of the York Region District School Board bylaw, since the number of candidates is equal to or fewer than the number of positions to be elected, the chair declares that Trustee Klosowski is elected by acclamation to the position of Finance and Property Standing Committee Chair. Congratulations, Trustee Klosowski. Moving along, election of the Learning and Equity and Wellbeing Standing Committee Chairs. Nominations are now open for the position of Learning, Equity and Wellbeing Standing Committee Chair of the York Region District School Board. The chair recognizes Trustee Cohen.
Thank you, Chair. I'd like to nominate Trustee Cindy Liang for Chair.
Thank you, Trustee Cohen. Is there a seconder for this nomination, please? Trustee Klosowski. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will second that nomination.
Thank you, Trustee Klosowski. Appreciate that. Any other nomination, please? Thank you, trustees. As there are no further nomination, without objection, nomination shall be closed. We have one nomination for the position of Learning, Equity and Wellbeing Committee Chair. In accordance with Article 40404 of the York Region District School Board bylaw, since the number of candidates is equal to or fewer than the number of positions to be elected, the chair declares that Trustee Liang is elected by acclamation to the position of Learning, Equity and Wellbeing Committee Chair. Congratulations, Trustee Liang. Moving along, election of Policy and Bylaw Standing Committee Chair. Nominations are for the position of Policy and Bylaw Committee's Chair are now open. Trustee McCarthy, the chair recognizes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to nominate Trustee Michael Chen for the position of Policy and Bylaw Standing Committee Chair. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Trustee McCarthy. Is there a seconder for this nomination? Trustee Wright?
I would like to second the nomination.
Thank you, Trustee Wright. Any other nominations? Thank you, trustees. As there are no further nomination, without objection, nomination shall be closed. We have one nomination for the position of Policy and Bylaw Committee Chair. In accordance with Article 40404 of the York Region District School Board Bylaw, since the number of candidates is equal to or fewer than the number of positions to be elected, the chair declares that Trustee Michael Chen is elected by acclamation to the position of Policy and Bylaw Committee Chair. Congratulations, Trustee Michael Chen, for returning. Moving along, agenda item number 14. Election of a trustee to the position of first Board of Directors member and voting delegate on the Ontario Public School Board Association. As part of the annual committee selection process, Trustee Mahmood have expressed an interest in the position of first Board of Directors member and voting delegate for the Ontario Public School Board Association. Does the trustee still wish to be considered for the position of first Board of Directors member or voting delegate for the Ontario Public School Board Association? If any trustee are interested, please put your name. Are there any further members who wish to stand for the election? I do not see any. In accordance with Article 40404 of the York Region District School Board Bylaw, since the number of candidates is equal to or fewer than the number of positions to be elected, the chair declares that Trustee Mahmood is elected by acclamation to the position of first Board of Directors member and voting delegate on the OPSPA. Congratulations, Trustee Mahmood. Thank you very much for your work. Election of a trustee to the position of second Board of Directors member and alternate voting delegate on the Ontario Public School Boards Association. As part of the annual committee selection process, Trustee Dr. Elizabeth Sinclair has expressed an interest in the position of second Board of Directors member and alternate voting delegate for the Ontario Public School Boards Association. Does the trustee still wish to be considered for the position of second Board of Directors member and alternate voting delegate of the Ontario Public School Boards Association trustees? Are there further members who wish to stand for elections? Please state your name. I do not see any. In accordance with Article 40404 of the York Region District School Board Bylaw, since the number of candidates is equal to or fewer than number of positions to be elected, the chair declares that Trustee Dr. Elizabeth Sinclair is elected by acclamation to the position of second Board of Directors member and alternate voting delegate on the OPSPA. Congratulations, Dr. Elizabeth Sinclair. Since there were no ballot votes tonight, the motion to destroy ballots is not needed. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, and we do not have agenda item number 16. That's no presentation of gavel to the past chair. Okay. Thank you, everyone. The chair would like to just say a few words, if you may. Okay. So, colleagues, trustees, member of the senior team, and members of the public, families, students, staff across the system. Thank you for your confidence for the opportunity to serve as chair of the York Region District School Board for the 4th and final year of this term. It is truly an honor. I want to express my sincere appreciation to each trustee sitting in this table and online with me. I just want to thank you for your delegation to the public education and to our communities, and I'm speaking to every one of you. I also want to thank our senior team for your leadership and for your unwavering support of the board's work, mission, and vision. As we move forward, we remain grounded in a strong governance, collaboration, and accountability. In the current context, including the Ministry of Education's Bill 33, it is more important than ever that we demonstrate strong, stable, and transparent governance. This is how we show our unwavering commitment to student achievement and student well-being, our two core pillars at the heart of our multi-year strategic plan and district action plan. I would also like to take a moment to express my deep appreciation to all staff across our system. Your delegation, professionalism, and daily commitment to students make our mission possible. To the families and students who placed your trust in YRDSB, thank you very much. You are the reason we do this work together, and we remain committed to supporting your success and well-being. I look forward to working closely with our newly appointed standing committee chairs, as well as our returning chairs. I want to say a big congratulations and thank you to the chairs that I've been working with, including the Finance and Property chairs, Trustee Butterworth, Chair Butterworth, and we have our returning chair, Trustee Liang, with the Learning and Equity Standing Committee, Trustee Michael Chen, for the Policy and Bylaw Committee. Together, as the Board of Trustees and with the staff, we will continue to navigate change with clarity, uphold the highest standards of governance, and ensure continuity for the community we serve. Thank you again for your trust. I remain committed to working alongside each one of us here to strengthen public education and to ensure every student has every opportunity to succeed. Thank you very much. As there's no further agenda item, the chair will say that the meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everybody, and have a great evening. Oh, I was reminded that all the members of the public, staff members, please feel free to join us in the cafeteria for some dessert and coffee and for some catch-up. Thank you very much. See you there.